let me just make sure I've got the balance. Go ahead.
Alrighty, so we're all good to go?
Awesome.
Nice. Okay, good
We're
evening,
back.
everybody. Thank you very much for joining us. Welcome to another Working with Manawanui live stream session. I am your host, Simon Anderson, joined by my lovely co-host,
Jade Farah.
Welcome. Thank you for joining me, Jade.
And we're here with Sarah today. How are you, Sarah?
Kia ora. It's a pleasure to be
Kia ora,
here.
kia ora, kia ora. You know, I'm most excited about this session because we're not doing a lot of the talking, Simon.
That's right.
It's down to the guys at home. We want your feedback and we want your input on what we can do better for you here at Manawanui.
Yeah, that's right. So normally we have a topic to talk about for these live sessions. So previously we've done Employ or our web portal or even the mobile app. But tonight we're opening up the floor. So if you have a burning topic to discuss, a question that you really want answered or something you just want to bring up and talk about, that's what we're here for this session. So if you've got anything, drop it in the chat. We really want to hear what's going on.
But to fill in time, we do have a couple of poll questions. How many people do we have in now? 5.
5 people
Oh,
already. So we've got a few
wow.
people.
So
Welcome.
we possibly could drop the first one. I'm going to pretend like I know how to do it. Yeah, that's pretty easy. So the first question we had planned, just giving people time to get warmed up into this thing, we wanted to know, when did you join Manawanui? So I'm going to drop that now.
Nice. And I hope.
And for us, we've got this whole statistical display. I really like that.
Yeah, that's cool. So we should be able to see those answers coming in as they pop up. There we go. So the polls popped up for me.
Oh, right. Because you're in there right now.
That's right.
So when did you join
Yeah, I was going
Manawanui,
to say,
Simon?
how long you been, Simon?
Yes. So I joined in February of last year.
So less than a year ago.
No, over a year.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I can't tell the time.
No, that's fine.
That's all right.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yep.
And we
But-
have plenty of fun here at Manawanui.
But you, Jade?
Yeah, just over a year ago. No, again, I joined in August, so it'll be a
just
year.
coming up a year.
It'll be a year soon.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
I do know when I joined. Yeah.
I've just passed my 9-month mark.
Oh.
9 months.
Yes,
That's a
yes.
special time.
It is. Incubation time.
Yeah, nice.
So, what have we got? So, right now, we've got a couple of people talking about the fact they've been with Manawanui for more than 1 year. So, 1 to 3 years.
Fantastic.
That's right.
I like that.
It's cool that you can see the graphic up as we're talking about it.
This is the first time I've actually used Facebook polls.
Oh, right.
I want to use this a lot more, I think.
Yeah,
That's
nice.
fun.
So if you're in the chat, drop us a note. Let us know you're listening. If you can answer the polls, we just want to make sure that you guys can hear us, see us, and that you guys are in the chat.
Just as a pivot, I think it might be really nice, Sarah, if you could let the people know at home what your role is here at Manawanui.
Yes, it'd be a pleasure. So I'm the General Manager of Customer Experience, and I oversee the wonderful coaching team that we have dotted all over the country. And I also oversee the Customer Experience Center, which is our help desk. So we have about 5 people on that team, always ready and able to give you a hand with anything you need help with. And I also oversee the payments team. So the payments team process all the payroll and all the invoices that you send in to us.
So is there anything you don't do, Sarah?
I don't do the IT. Obviously,
there you go.
Simon's been really great today and helped me a lot with some IT, so I do appreciate that.
That's right. Everybody's got their specialty, and
Yes.
I happen to love a bit of technology.
That's right.
But yeah.
That's right.
But just to say, being that this is the feedback session, if anyone was able to answer the questions here tonight, it would be you.
I'll
about
give it my
issues
best.
And, yeah.
And if I don't know, I'll find out.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Yes,
yeah. That's
yes.
what we like to say here. Yes, I can help. If I don't know, I can find out.
That's right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
How's the chat going on your end, son?
They're still a little bit timid, I believe.
Yeah.
We can see there's numbers in the chat. We can see there's people watching, but
4 people.
yeah.
Should I drop the next poll, or was there something you wanted to mention right now?
I think we could probably move on to the next poll, see if we get some more feedback on that one.
Should we publish the results?
Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
I think
Right,
it's a
I
lovely
like
idea.
that. Look at that.
Yeah.
So what does that come up like?
We'll give it a second to follow through and it should show up for us.
Yeah, lag.
Mm.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. It's just the way the stream is. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the most popular choice was 1 to 3 years ago. So that's really interesting.
Oh, cool.
How many people was that? Does it say it?
No, we're just getting a percentage of how many people
Awesome.
have answered.
I'll drop the next one.
Yeah.
And I'm really interested in the answer to this one because it talks about the fact, are you using the portal? Now, we at Manawanui would surely hope that a lot of people are, but let's see.
Yeah, and so for those who may not be aware of what the portal does, the portal is there to help you manage your funding in terms of your budgeting and your statement, so you can track to see how well you're spending it. And then you can also input all of your employee data and then also process their timesheets. So,
Yeah, it's a really easy way to do that. You can even, your support staff can fill in their own timesheets, and all you have to do is approve them. Just a couple clicks, and we'll process that payroll right away.
yeah, that's nice.
Makes it really easy.
I think so. Yeah, having the employees the ability to actually do it themselves, and then for you just to review, makes that as hassle-free as possible, I suppose.
That's right. And you can keep an eye on the money, and as you plan ahead and think about the year ahead, you can make some really solid decisions by knowing in real time what you have left and what you've spent.
Yeah. So if you're looking at the poll, you'll be able to see that there is a few answers, and we're really keen to know the difference between people who are using it on a computer and on the app. So if you have the app and you use it, I want you to click that answer saying yes via the app, so we can see just who's using it via the computer and the app.
Or if you're still wondering what is a portal, that's fine too. So 100% of respondents right at the moment are saying yes.
Yes, using the portal.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think what we see up on the screen may not be all of the responses until we publish it, because the published results look different to what was up there for the last one.
Do they?
Yeah. So we had more responses on the last one than what was showing up on the screen.
Interesting. Thanks for responding. It's nice to
Yeah,
hear
this is
what
what it's
people
all
are
about.
up to.
exactly. Yeah, and if you've got questions, I'll say it again. Put some questions or comments in the chat. If you've got anything you want to talk about, you want anything else to talk about, let us know, because it's a free for all, I suppose, this session.
Absolutely. And
Yes.
we put our face on stream so you don't have to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. What do you think? I'll take that one live as well.
Yeah, I think we should
Yeah.
have a go and see who's answered that one.
It's really cool because I can see it on my iPad as well.
Oh, that's great.
Awesome.
All right, so we'll just wait for those results to come
People are
through.
slowly joining in.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Okay, so we've had a couple of people say they have. Somebody said they're using the app, which is good. One person isn't, and somebody is saying, what is the portal? So we have got a mixed bag of people.
Great.
And that wasn't me that said what is the portal.
So the portal is available to Manawanui customers, and it's a place where you can, in real time, see your funding. You can do some budget planning with your funding, and you can also manage all your expenses and any timesheets and process invoices through that portal as well. And it's a really nice place to keep track of things, so you're not having to shuffle around a bunch of papers and such. It's all right there for you. If you ever needed to go back and see some historical timesheets, you can easily access those on the portal.
So if you're in the live stream, I've just dropped the link to our Manawanui website, and it's got all the information about the portal there.
Amazing.
So I haven't seen the link to the actual portal, but if you want to have a look and learn some more, and then you can move to the portal from that link there as well.
Fantastic.
Probably to delve a little deeper on the portal, if we can, just for a second, Simon. The portal is available on mobile devices, is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes, that's right. So not just on your Apple devices, we also have it on our Android phones as well. So if you're on the Play Store getting apps or on the App Store itself for
Yep.
iPhones, you can download it from there for free.
And we talked about this a little bit in the last session, but what I'm really impressed by is your team's commitment to accessibility.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
So that the apps are fully accessible.
Yeah, so correct. So if you know a little bit about app development, we went around the native app route, which means that we get to make the best use of the accessibility features that Apple has built into their phones just by default. So a really cool one that a lot of people like is the voiceover feature, which you can activate, and then it allows you to
It's amazing.
read out
Yep.
loud what you're actually looking at on your phone and help people who have vision impairment to navigate the app. So we've found that that's a very key feature that people really make the most of.
So cool.
Yeah, I think so.
The app is a great way to approve timesheets on the go.
Mm.
You don't have to be home and on the computer. You can be out and about and just get those approved, and we'll get them processed here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Actually, we had a question about that last session because a family member was saying, do I have to fill out my timesheets in one day, in one sitting? Turns out, no.
No, that's right. So they have the feature where you can complete, say, the first week of a fortnight, you can save it, the portal will look after that for you, and then once the next week is complete and it's ready for the fortnightly payment, you can complete the next half of the week and then submit it. So you don't have to worry about recording the hours on a piece of paper
That's
and
amazing.
then doing it once. You can
That's
just do it as it happens.
So I think I'm going to move to the next poll question now, and this one was for me. And this one asks, were you aware of the Fund for Good?
That's a good question.
I'm
That is a
really
good
interested to know how many
Yeah.
people knew about it.
Yeah.
They may not have necessarily applied for it, but
I'd just like to bring to your attention, Jade, you have a fan in the chat. We've had somebody mention, hello, Jade Farah.
well,
From a Kim.
Hi Kim, good to see you out here tonight.
Cool. So that poll is live now. So we should. So
That's
if
great. Let's see.
Yeah.
Did people know about the Fund for Good?
That's right.
Now, just for me to be able to talk about this, we've had the real privilege very recently of interviewing some of the families that were involved in the fund, and I probably don't want to talk about it too much because we want you to watch the videos and share the videos, but so heartening to be able to make a real difference directly to disabled people and families.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Receiving requests from people who knew something or some service would make an absolute impact in their life, and being able to say, yep, we can help, get the funds towards purchasing something or having something installed. It's really good to make that impact on some people's lives.
We've contributed to micro businesses. We've helped people set up greenhouses. We've supported a guy to buy more chickens for his chicken business. It's just been amazing.
That's right, and I think I saw today about a bicycle as well, a modified bicycle.
Modified bicycle,
Yeah.
and there's going to be a video out on that.
Oh, awesome.
Really, really
So
exciting.
something I've been asked, Jade, is
Sure.
when is that coming up again?
Well, the exec would know more about this
Oh,
than
right.
I
We
would.
haven't planned the date yet.
But we're talking about November,
Yeah.
and when we're ready to make an announcement, all of our usual channels will have the information for
Great.
you.
That's right.
Great.
So,
Yeah.
so for those who are wondering how to stay in the loop with Manawanui Communications, I suppose, what's the best few channels that we share to our
Like the
consumers?
Facebook.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Like the Facebook. Keep an eye on the website. But but Facebook. We post everything on there.
Yeah, awesome. And
We
I know,
also have our newsletter as well that goes out regularly.
100%. Yeah.
yeah. And if Facebook isn't your preferred social media, I do believe we post on Twitter as well.
From time to time, we actually do. Yeah. But with really special things like with network meetings and talking about these live streams, We do email people directly as well. I do that quite a bit myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Network meetings. Oh, yes, you've got a poll question about that later we can bring up as well.
Should I publish these?
I think we can, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
50%.
So, yeah, we've got a bit of publicity to do yet on
Yeah.
this. That's good, though. It's good. Then we can help more people access the Fund for Good. We probably will see even more people put in a few requests this year.
Yeah. So some people in the chat have actually applied. That's cool to hear.
Great.
So some people have applied for the Fund of Good. Some people weren't aware, and some people were asking for more information. And of course, some people.
Nice.
Yeah.
The data does look different for us here, though,
It
right?
does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Okay. So the next poll we had lined up was talking specifically about how you contact Manawanui or how you would like to contact
That's
Manawanui.
a good question.
So let's drop that one in.
Yeah.
I'd like to learn more about that.
Where did that go?
Oh, did I lose that one?
Looks like it.
Did it glitch? I wasn't ready for a glitch. I feel like we lost the most important one.
Oh, well, it's up there. It went live. I think there's just a bit of a delay. The poll's gone live, but maybe you've closed it as well.
I might have. I apologize.
We'd still like to learn, so if you want to just make a comment, it is important to us that we're giving you information in a way that really works for you.
Absolutely.
So one thing, I think the only communication channel we don't have is text messaging. So at the moment we do send out text messages to some people who enjoy that method of contacting, but at the moment we can't receive text messages. So we're investigating having a static number set up so that people have a number associated with Manawanui where they can send a text message through to us and we can answer it. But yeah.
That is amazing. And I know we've talked about Facebook a lot. I mean, we're obviously on Facebook right now.
Yep.
But you can actually DM us.
Mm-hmm.
So we respond to all the DMs.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's right. And any social media. So I know Twitter as well has DMs. Anywhere you can DM Manawanui, we will respond. As long as it's the actual Manawanui and not a different organisation.
Yeah. I'll have to follow up on that one later. Yeah. So the next one is a bit about you, Simon.
Yes.
It's asking about employ and whether people knew about it.
I'm very keen to know that information.
So let's drop that.
Yeah. So
Don't touch it.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Give it some breathing space.
Yeah. Let's see. So what are the good things about employee from your perspective?
I think the best thing about employ is that it is set up for you to make best use of it how you think best suits you. So it doesn't follow a one-size-fits-all process. There's not only one one person you're trying to find. It's there to provide a community marketplace. It's about bringing.
I love that.
It's about bringing people together from both sides of the relationship, and hopefully they can then find each other. So if you, for example, don't want to post an ad, you just want to find a person who looks suitable and contact them, you can do that. You can just sign up as an advertiser and look through profiles and contact anybody who looks interesting or suitable. You can favorite them so you won't lose them. Or if you want to go down the formal route, you can put up an ad, get people to apply for it, and then do a proper round of interviews.
Amazing.
And shortlisting, if that's the way you want to do things. So it's set up to for you to make the most out of it, however you think is best for you.
Just to clarify, it's free, right?
Yes, that was the point. That is the next best thing, is that it's free. And for Manawanui people, it will always be free. And for anybody right now who isn't with Manawanui and thinks they could use it to find somebody to support them, it's free as well. It's not just about people with disabilities. Perhaps you have older parents or your loved one needs some support. It's not just about disabled people. specifically. It's for anybody
I
who
like
requires
that.
support.
Yeah.
That's why it's free, and that's why it's open to everybody, because we could see that anybody could benefit from using it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and I suppose another thing to touch on is that it's really good to discriminate based on region and locality. If you want to look for people specifically in your area, it's the first page you see. You log in, you see your dashboard, and it says here are the people within 10 kilometres. So
You sound very proud of employee.
I am.
So should you be,
Yeah.
Simon?
Yeah.
It's amazing. Thank you.
And we've also, Manawanui's made the commitment that the Manawanui today, the employee today, is not the employee of tomorrow. We'll continually invest in it. It will continually be getting new features added to it, improvements to the way it works. So if you use Employ and you think there's something that you think could be done differently, or maybe a completely weird or novel idea that you'd love to see tried,
Sure.
we'd love to hear about it.
I've just got one more question around employee, and I know we've talked about this before, but maybe for new people in the chat. I've noticed that you post social media posts about certain jobs, and I was wondering, how do you identify those? Like, what is your process?
Cool, yeah. So what Jade's alluding to is that every week we post a Facebook post called the Fun or Interesting Job of the Week, and basically we find an ad on Employ that's got an interesting twist or a specific element that we think is worth highlighting. Perhaps it's a unique set of hobbies or interests that the person is looking to find somebody to enjoy those hobbies with, or perhaps it's about maybe the region, or one of the most recent ones was about a speech language therapist. So it's not just about the traditional sense of support. So we're looking for people being creative, really. That's what we want to promote, is people using the website in interesting ways and trying to find people that aren't just traditional support relationships, but actually personal one-on-one relationships.
So I just went ahead and published the results. We'll see what it brings up on the display, because that is different.
Yeah, and so just going back to the point about we share Facebook ads, we also take requests. So if you have created an ad and you would like it promoted, you can send us the link. And then we will review it, and then if we think there's some changes that need to be made to it, we can help you craft it into something better. Or if we love it already, we'll for sure definitely schedule it up onto our Facebook page. So if you've got an ad on Employ, send us a message, let us know, and we'll definitely look to promote it.
Last thing from me. If people are new to Employ, and they, like, the system's easy enough to use, but they're really nervous about it, don't know if they're doing it right, can you help them?
Of course, yeah. So if you call up our CEC team, they will be happy to help you with some of the more basic queries with Employ, but if anything is quite technical, or maybe they're not quite sure, they'll always just pass the call to me, and I'm at my desk, and I'll take calls anytime during the day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Service with a smile.
Yeah, and that's right. But if you need help creating an ad, one of the latest changes we added to Employ, which I'm really happy with, is the job wizard. So what it does is it takes the full ad that you need to create, and it gives it to you one field at a time. So it says, this box here, this is what you should put in here, this is what we think would go good in this box, or this is the purpose of this information, and it goes step by step until you've got a finished ad ready to post.
Amazing.
Yeah, I like it.
I've said that a lot tonight. Employ is amazing, Simon. Thank you.
Yeah. So I've just got one. Kia ora, Mitchell. Mitchell says kia ora, so kia ora back to you.
Kia ora, Mitchell.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for coming out. This next question, it's actually kind of handy that you're here tonight, Sarah, and I'm possibly putting you on the spot about it.
Yeah, you're very welcome to.
But it's just talking about FFC and the upcoming changes. I wondered if you could speak to that at all. I can possibly help you.
Right. Well, Manawanui does hold the contract for FFC, so we have been helping families get themselves set up with FFC, and that's family-funded care. You may have heard some news about it. There's
They're
some
exciting.
exciting changes on the horizon, but nothing's been set in stone. So we're just kind of waiting to hear what those arrangements will look like. There was some discussion around spouses and children of
Under 18.
under 18, but that's kind of changed a little bit. So
Has it though?
still looking at spouses. That's the latest that I've
Okay.
heard. Yeah, we're still kind of on the edge of our seat waiting for some official announcements, but
Okay.
everything we've heard so far sounds really positive and,
Yes.
and really starting to acknowledge the role of family members and the care that they give. It's,
Thank you so
it's
much.
very respectful, and I'm pleased to see it. I think we'll continue to see improvements with FFC as families advocate for those improvements.
That's right. Yeah, there's been a lot of hard work put in by some families. And
Still a
advocacy
lot of work
groups.
to do.
Yes,
As always,
that's true.
yeah.
That's true.
So just while we were discussing FFC, Kim has actually added in a question. If we host these live sessions, are you able to add an NZSL interpreter to these sessions?
That would be fun.
Maybe we can type back to Kim because he is
yes.
a deaf person.
Yeah.
We can say we'll definitely take that into consideration. I think that's fair enough.
Yeah, and I'll say
Thank you. We'd love to. Yes, yes.
also these will be re-uploaded to our YouTube channel with
With
captions.
subtitles, yeah.
Yes.
Actually, that is a point. Yeah.
Good.
So although we don't have it perfect, we are on our way with it.
Look, we're always finding room to grow. So yes.
But thank you, Kim, for your suggestion. Very much appreciate that. While Simon's doing that, the next question, I'm just going to publish these. Give that a minute or so. But Sarah, I wanted to ask, it's really, really great that you're here so we can bounce all
Pleasure.
these
Yeah.
things around. What is the function of the Customer Experience Center?
So they're there to help the continued journey of managing your funding, any payroll questions that one might have. If you're trying to plan something in advance and you're not really sure if you can use your funding for that, always call the Customer Experience Center. They'll help you think through what you can and cannot use your funding, and they may even help you find other ways to find that funding. We've helped people access lottery grants and grants from TAPO as well.
Oh,
So
amazing.
there's other funding streams out there that you can access if your funding guidelines don't allow spends that you're wanting to make at the moment. They also help you navigate the portal, employ. If you have any suggestions of how we could do things better, we just had a very good suggestion recently about automatic replies for emails. And we're able to action that quite quickly. So, yes, any suggestions, we're always welcome those suggestions.
Is that for like letting them know we've received their
That's right.
timesheet or something?
That's right.
Amazing.
That's
Yeah.
right. They'll help you with any questions that you have. Your coach is there to help you get things set up, but the Customer Experience Center is there to help you keep things going.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's a really clear explanation, actually. Thanks. So I'm going to publish these results, and while you were talking, Sarah, we asked a question about, have you contacted the Customer
Great.
Experience Center
Yes.
before? So let's see what the machine spits out.
Calculating.
So we had yes, but only a couple of times. Anytime I make a change, never needed to, everything works.
Yeah.
There's just a bit of a time delay for us.
Yes, it seems a bit longer than usual as well. It's odd.
So I feel like, I can see that the next question is about network meetings. And I just wanted to say that our next network meeting is in the Hamilton, Waikato area on the 13th of August. If you live in that area, you've already been sent an email notification about that. And we have DPA President Jerry Pomeroy is going to be coming to speak.
Brilliant. Wow,
So that's a
that'd
big
be
deal.
Great. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do we have a comment?
We do, yes. I was just waiting for the right time to interject. But
Please.
if you'd like to bring this feedback back to your team, Sarah,
Yes.
Arfina has said that they are so helpful. So I'm
Oh,
talking about
they'll
this
be
evening.
pleased to hear that.
Yeah.
That's-
Amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah, they work really hard.
They are people because
Yes.
they spend all day talking and interacting. They do love to hear your feedback. They love to know
Definitely.
that there's people out there that appreciate their effort.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to drop this now. I'd really like to understand whether people have attended a network meeting ever before.
I have. I've attended a few. I always appreciate the chance to meet the people that we support. As somebody who sits behind a computer for 8 hours a day, being able to go and meet the people that we support and work for, it's actually it's honestly so valuable for me.
And it's not all doom and gloom. Like, people really have good things to say about their communities and the support they receive.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. And the difference this type of funding is made for them to
Yeah.
get the supports that they need and live their life the way they want to. We've heard some great stories, but also the network meetings are an opportunity to meet with us and learn about new things that are happening at Manawanui, to ask questions about our future plans, and also to make suggestions about how we might be able to do things differently. It's really important to have that feedback from you, because who else knows better what it's like to receive a service from Manawanui than you, and getting those insights are really useful.
I'd say one of the other great things I've experienced at network meetings is that if somebody has an issue, there's 20 or 30 people in the room from the same area who may have somebody who they know who's already
That's
experienced the
right.
issue, and they've got a creative way of addressing it. Well, they themselves have dealt with the same thing, and we sometimes just sit back and listen.
That's
and
right.
have other people say, oh no, you should go to see this office, print out this form, and things like that. It's really cool to see.
It's such a great place to meet other
Yeah.
people who are
Yeah.
on the same journey,
Yeah.
a great place to share.
Network
Learning and
building,
knowledge.
community, we're all about that.
That's right.
So we're probably at the end of the stream, guys.
I think we should publish the results and then
Oh,
let's
yeah.
have a look, see what we do.
My
Great.
apologies.
No worries there, Jay.
The dream team here, Simon catches
No worries.
everything.
And if you're in the chat, just quickly before these results go up, drop a location in the chat if you want a network meeting in your neighbourhood.
Yeah, we
So
can get one organized.
we do like to cover the whole country, and we've got a plan sort of laid out. But there could be somewhere that we've missed out, and so just drop it in.
Definitely.
Actually, I do know there's bound to be huge gaps in areas that we haven't been. We haven't been up north yet.
Oh, yeah.
So
looking forward to that.
coming up soon, we're going to
Yes.
be making plans to go up north.
Yes.
So that'd be
maybe
nice.
In the summertime as well. Good timing, I believe.
Well, I'll try to work that out for you, Simon.
Yeah, if I can take my surfboard to network meetings, I'll be happy.
Lovely.
So those results come up. We've got a four-way tie. So it's equally split between yes once, more than once, and haven't come to my town, or no but would like to.
Wow, so some people we haven't been to their town yet. I see that as an opportunity, though.
Certainly.
Yeah. So if you
Certainly.
answered no, I haven't come to my town. If you're okay, either drop your location there or send the Manawanui Facebook page a direct message privately saying you haven't come to my town, and I.
What's with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is the space for final thoughts, and Sarah, we thought we'd let you take the lead. Is there anything you want to say to the people?
Yeah. Well, just thank you for taking part in this, and all your feedback is really valuable. Look forward to more of these. This is my first one, so I've really enjoyed it.
You're a
It's-
natural.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I was going to say I've got a question for you, Sarah.
Sure.
Did you have fun?
I did have fun. Thank you.
Excellent.
Yes, most certainly.
Simon, anything you want to say real quick?
Yeah, I suppose I'd like to just to sum it up with employ was the reason I joined Manawanui. It's my baby, so if you have any questions, feedback, suggestions, please come to see me. Excuse me, I'm happy to answer any questions. The CEC team can forward you my contact details if you need help getting a hold of me, or you can just go through the CEC team to get at me.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for tuning in, and it's been a blast.
And I always like the last word. So, as your customer engagement advisor, I'd just like to say it's been really cool to hang out. Just like Simon said, if you have any questions, concerns, or feedback you'd like to give, you can contact me directly.
Awesome.
Other than that, it's been really fun.
Cool.
Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Thanks very much. See you again in the next one.
Bye.